Well, the overnight rain snow event was always going to be one where you either got a little bit or you got nothing, because we're still wrestling with cold and mild air. So there's going to be a very fine line as to where things actually collect and things just kind of fall and don't really do anything. We did have a few snow reports come in early this morning. In fact, mostly in our southwestern counties. Over there in Casey, we had some in Lincoln. And then even Madison County had a little bit right on the grass, nothing collecting on the road. You got to keep in mind that once the snow was falling, the temperatures were still a little bit above freezing. So it wasn't collecting necessarily on the major thoroughfares, although some of those backcountry roads, the ones that aren't driven all that well, you've got turn lanes, you've got bridges and overpasses. Some of those were collecting some snow. But really, I mean, for the most part, roads are fine. Not to say that they aren't slippery, just give yourself a little extra time if you are going to be, especially south of Interstate 64, because that is where the bulk of the snow did fall. We did have a few flurries up in the bluegrass, or the heart of the bluegrass, I should say, but nothing stuck there. And then mostly in the southern counties is where that rain hit, but you can see how that line kind of sagged south as the morning drew on. It also had quite a bit of freezing rain and some sleet down in the southwestern counties. But the big picture shows that we are about to get back into another little high pressure bubble, if you will. Sitting right in the midsection of the state, that's going to be here throughout the day today. No precipitation there, but if you still look out towards the west, last week I was calling it a precipitation factory. Basically, it's just storm after storm that comes off the Pacific, continues to push east, and once it gets past the Rockies, it forms into a nice big low that brings in more precipitation for us. So we are getting rid of that light snow that's moving out southeastern counties. We will see a little bit of sunshine throughout the day, especially for the bluegrass. And then as we get into the overnight hours, the clouds start to increase, and then we get another system rolling through. This is going to be early tomorrow morning, starting out as a little bit of freezing drizzle. It's not going to put much down for ice, but it may make things slippery again tomorrow morning. But it does not last long as that warmer air starts to move in behind the warm front. And now we're talking about rain showers, especially for southeastern counties, although it will be scattered throughout the day for everyone else. Then we go through the pattern all over again. We lose everything for a couple of days, and then we get it right back after that. But let's focus on tomorrow morning, because it will be slippery, especially for areas that are north of Interstate 64, maybe even northern parts of Lexington, getting up into Georgetown. A minor glaze. We're talking about a few hundredths of an inch of ice, if anything, and most of that is going to be on the bridges and overpasses. But just be aware, if you have to drive north, or if you're going to be in any of these counties early tomorrow morning, it could be pretty slippery to start your day out with. But then everything will turn into rain. We'll have scattered showers throughout the day. Temperatures will be above freezing for quite a while. I mean, we do get down to freezing Monday, but then each afternoon after that, we just keep going up as warmer air starts to move into the region and kind of stick with us. So there you go. There's your one little dip after the cold front, but then we start to get up into the 50s. And then we'll just kind of hang there for a few days as we get into the end of next week before the next big crash comes, and that could be sometime early the following week. So as you can tell, things are obviously going to be up and down. Don't pay attention. No flood watch today, but overnight tonight we will have a chance, especially north of Interstate 64, for that minor ice glaze that will hit most of us. If you're in the southern counties, it will only be rain when you do get that rain moving in. And then as you can tell, it's the 8-day forecast with nothing but rain icons and little bits of break in between. So like Tuesday, even a little bit of Monday, you'll have a break. Again on Thursday, even though there's a rain icon, still there will be rain showers around as a very active weather pattern continues. More news after break.